Welcome to another episode of the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum, TEIF, and our tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution series, The Emerging Lawyer. Today's theme is From Internship to In-House Counsel, Balancing Litigation and Corporate Law. Today, we have the privilege of hosting Asmit Agarwal, an accomplished lawyer and in-house counsel at a leading private bank. Ashmit's career trajectory from his early legal internships to his current role is a testament to his dedication, expertise, and commitment to the legal professional. So, welcome, Ashmit, to today's episode.
Thank you for having me.
So,
It's a
Ashmit,
great opportunity to be honest.
yeah. For us also to understand your journey and for our viewers also how you have been in this journey. So, Asmit, just wanted to explain you this conversation is divided into three parts. One is your professional journey, second is personal, and third is a rapid fire round. And in that, if you answer the questions wittily and quickly, so you will get this ebook, Adopt Technology for Better Document Collaboration and Workflow, authored by me. I'm an author of 12 ebooks, autograph delivered to your place.
All
So
right.
let's start our this conversation. So my first question, Asmit, will be: how has your journey been till date in the profession?
Like every journey, it has its ups and downs. And if there are no downs, then there cannot be any up. That I'll tell you for sure. My journey mainly consisted of constant learning and updating myself. I chose this profession out of the blue. And then I found that just like the medical professionals, we require to be constantly up to date with everything that is happening. There are new cases coming every day, new judgments, new amendments. So one has to be on its toes. And second thing has been time management and discipline. What I learned from my seniors and what I saw from those seniors is that they had very good time management and self discipline that brought them where they are today.
Wow, time management. That is wonderful advice which you have received. Now, coming to your present role of an in-house counsel. So, what does a day look like, uh, Asmit? So, we'd like to know.
A typical day in an in house role involves multiple tasks that may or may not require a large amount of time. You have to collaborate with a number of people that may be your colleagues in the same team or your counterparts in the different teams. So there's a lot of communication that takes place. And yes, when you are in house, you have to deal with all sorts of issues that come your way. You are not limited to one particular sector that you have chosen to. A typical day in my life is an early morning rise, a hit to the gym, and then off to the office. There I may be
Wow,
for any number of
starting with
hours as may be required. I do not restrain that. Thereafter, back to home,
wow.
eat something, off to bed.
Okay. So that part will cover in the personal journey. So I just wanted to, how does uh, in-house counsel, what are the actions one day in office? What kind of ye wanted to visualize for our viewers? Ki what does a, if someone legal professional, sorry, uh, law student who wants to join a legal team. So what does a day look for him to uh, for him?
All right. So, on that aspect, I'll tell you one thing. A typical day on a corporate life is all about planning your day. You have your tasks that were assigned to you earlier, yesterday, or maybe in the previous week, and there are going to be tasks that are going to be given to you on the same day. It's all about prioritizing the work and managing the time. You have to make a list of what is important and what can be delayed a little, and accordingly start chalking out your workflow for the day. Now, there may be calls that may be going, you may have to have some meetings, you may have to visit someone, meet someone during the course of the day. So, it's all about making a to do list first thing in the morning and going through it at the end of the day to ensure that you have covered what you made out.
Wow, super. So my next question related to your role. Uh, so what are the skills sets required to be a good in-house counsel and lead your corporate legal team?
I mean, there is no perfect set of skills that are required, but honestly, for a person to join a corporate, they need to have an immense set of learning skills. More than knowledge, they need to be willing to learn. Each organization, each place that you work has its own culture, and you should be able to delve into it. Thereafter, what you also need to do is have patience. Things may not always come your way, and you have to deal with it, but it's all how you make to the end of the day.
Wow, perfectly summarized three skills. You're saying it. I don't know, but you have lot to discover, Asmit. You will in the conversation you'll discover what, and there will be a lot of memories down the lane we'll be going through. So, Asmit, my next question: you have played a role as a litigation lawyer also. So, what are the different challenges you came across, and how did you address them?
The first challenge, honestly, as a litigation lawyer, I mean, this is totally off the topic, but I was a first gen lawyer in the family. None of the extended family remotely even has connection to law. So my first challenge was figuring out the profession, figuring out
Yes.
where to do internships, how to go about it, where to practice. Once I overcame that, my second challenge was learning. See, I keep coming back to the point of learning because that's the most crucial aspect of the profession.
Yes. Very true. Very true.
Even in the worst of situations and the smallest of times, my seniors have made me learn something to which I'm truly grateful to them. I hope that answers the question.
Learning. I think so. There are different questions which I'll be coming up. Now, my next
Hmm.
question. Uh, in your past role as a trademark attorney, what are the best practices one should follow?
So, trademark attorney is something that I was fond of when in college. During my third year, I formed part of an. So in our college, we had something called cells, so that seniors in the college can come together and teach the juniors something which is not being taught on regular basis in the curriculum. So one of those cells was the intellectual property rights cell, where I discovered the fundamentals of trademark. And right from the starting, I was fascinated by this intellectual property. Given the first opportunity, I registered myself as an attorney and started working. Even one of my internships was in this field to understand how trademarks work, the registration, the rights that accompany, etc. Trademarks is a very fascinating subject. It's not only registering some logo, some visual aspect, but also the words associated with it. It also about how your product is being marketed and how you safeguard yourself from being hijacked by those conmen. So while working with trademarks, the practice that I follow is to break down my mark, which I wish to register, into bits and pieces and individually check if they are infringing some other mark. That gives me 100% surety that in future nobody can allege that my mark is infringing some other mark.
Wow. So your interest started from your college, one niche area, You started exploring litigation, and now in the corporate legal world as an in-house counsel. That is a very remarkable journey. Now, Asmit, my next question will be, who has influenced you from the legal world?
Who has influenced me from the legal world? That is going to be a very tough question because I do not have one single person in
I know,
mind.
I know, I know. I've been hearing this answer from many legal professionals, but it's open. You can uh, go memory down the lane and remember any person's. You can take as much time you want.
So, the first person I like to mention is one person who happens to be the father of my school friend. He was the first lawyer I interacted with. He was also the person with whom I first time went to a high court. So he was the one who made me understand the nitty gritties of practicing law, not the law itself, but what encompasses when you are a lawyer. The next person is a very famous senior counsel here in Bombay. He practices criminal law and is a big name. I had the opportunity to like brief him on a couple of matters where I understood how he works, how his brain works. During the course of the briefing session, he posed certain questions which were very obvious and should have come to my mind, but it didn't.
Mhm.
From there on, I found keen interest in noticing how these seniors work and inculcating it in my daily routine. So these are the two foremost people I like to mention.
Wow, that is it. So every person leaves a mark on you, and you incorporate those things. So now, coming to my next question will be, as you said, okay, learning is more important. So what are the different publications you follow, subscribe, which will be helpful for the upcoming lawyers?
The first and foremost publication that one should have is either Bar and Bench or Live Law.
Very true.
They give you live updates of what is happening throughout the world. They conduct interviews to give you an insight with some great practitioners. They have live reporting of some major cases that are going on in various courts. They have daily reporting of some major judgments or even profound judgments that are being delivered. I mean, every aspiring lawyer should have at least one of these subscriptions, which will really help them. You don't need to read them on a daily basis, maybe just a flicker through once a week, and that is good enough. But it's a must.
Very true. Very true. So, Asmit, going through your profile, saw that you have been a speaker in the past at various legal events. So, how was the experience, and how did it add value?
Now, I'll turn the lane around to when I was a child. I was really scared of speaking. I could never go up the stage and even do an oratory skill. I had my legs shaking and my voice all cracking. And that was one of the reasons why I chose law to overcome that fear. During college times, we had opportunity to present our papers and research skills at various events. We even had intra-college moot court competitions where the students were encouraged to participate just to let go of that stage fright.
Mhm.
And that is when I discovered that I could speak. It's just that I need to be a little more courageous. Speaking at those events was a great insight. As a student, you do your research, you put it together, and then you present it. Standing next to you or sitting next to you are legal dignitaries who have been in the profession for as long as you can imagine. Then they debate over those nitty gritties of what you have presented, and you get a fresh insight. It's really enriching.
So you started going memories down the lane. So let's continue this. I saw you have another, what do you say, what do you say, in your educational experience of being masters in political science. So being a lawyer, legal degree, now political science. This is also having interest in political science. Why did you take up political science? So but my curiosity, and how did you integrate in your legal profession?
If you talk to one lawyer, you will always understand during the course of the entire education, political science plays a very important role how laws are made and how our judicial system has evolved over time. It's the concept of the state, it's the concept of the governance from right from the ancient period, from the Romans and the Greeks till the present modern day democracy that we see, is due to evolvement in the political science, the ideologies of various scholars. During my college, one of the subjects was political science, where I first read about these scholars and everything. Then came third year when constitutional law came into the curriculum. And then I found how political science and constitution are interconnected. Then it started making sense why I was made to read political science and how it impacts us today. After the law, I had some spare time and I wanted to read a little bit more what I couldn't during the college because college was more focused on law rather than political science. Hence, I opted for this course and gave an in depth learning of these various ideologies and scholars.
Wow. So you're linking, going in depth, okay, what political science, constitution law. So all are integrated. That is beautiful way. I'm also learning during this conversation so many things. Uh, so now let's come to the technology part. How has technology helped you right from your uh, internship in litigation, corporate law? How did technology help you in your career and growth?
Technology plays a really vital role these days. Growing up in this era, I cannot even imagine what it would be without having a computer or a mobile phone by my side. Today, while I'm going to court, I'm sitting in one court while I can directly monitor what's going on in the different courtroom. I can communicate it to my colleagues. On the spot, I can find out some case law. I can send out emails on immediate basis. And that is how it is helping me. Today, I do not have to sit in the library for 80 odd hours just to find one judgment. If I have the keywords or even the relevant year, anything, I can directly search it in the databases and they will be within 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And not only one judgment, it will give me five other judgments on the same principle. Technology has helped create databases for easy searches, to refine searches, to analyze those searches. Today, at the click of a button, I can analyze what the trend has been for a particular issue in various courts. And that helps me understand whether a particular case has to be fought or has to be settled, whether it is going to be in my favor or not, whether should I take a chance or not. Technology has helped me save time, and being in-house working on these softwares is an integral part of the job. You have to, you're dealing with so many different things, you have to keep a track. And if we go back to those old register days, I don't think it would be possible.
Very true. Very true. So, which are the different legal tech tools uh, you have used during your uh, sorry, which legal tech tools you have used till date, and how did it help you in your increasing your work-life productivity?
Legal tech tools, I'll say I have used couple of them. Number one, I use a software that helps me keep track of all my cases. So I insert the details of the case that I want to track. And whenever the case is coming on next on the cause list, they'll send me an update via SMS, via email. So that helps me save time on keeping a separate diary and updating it on a daily basis. Another legal tech tool, as you know, are these search tools that help you raise down a case law or a particular law that you have in mind. Third case tool that I recently used was an automation system. So basis different categories of information that you already have, you insert it and they'll put forth your necessary. I mean, you do not have to start everything from scratch. If you want a draft, you just insert the necessary details and the draft is ready.
Power of AI.
Power of AI.
That's yes. AI has tremendously for the coffee questions also we uh, use AI to a certain extent and do a research also. Yes, but it is helping us speed up the process. Yes, it is an enabler, not a completely what do you say replaceable tool to human.
So everything has its pros and cons.
Yes,
Let's focus on the pros.
yes, very true, very true. Now my next question will be Asmit. Uh, Why is internships important in shaping the future of a legal professional?
Hmm. That is a particularly important question. I'll tell you why. During my college, I had the same question, why should I do an internship? And I did not get an answer because nobody had asked this question so frequently. It was just a trend that since everybody is doing internships, you should also do an internship. It will give you a job prospect in the future. But that
Very
is not the case.
true.
Internships are more than just means to get a job. Internships are first hand experience of what you are going to do in the future. Internships give you a real insight of what your profession looks like. It gives you an endeavor as to how you actually practice law. The written text of law is very different from the law that you practice in courts. It's not the same. And honestly, if you do not know the difference, you are going to have a little bit of trouble when you actually start because theories do not apply in real world. It's the
Yes,
practice that will matter.
very true, very true. Wonderfully, you summarized why internships are a stepping stone for any industry. For any industry, you have beautifully summarized uh, the depth you gave to that definition. Why internships are important, not only for legal. Anyone should first, like how Gujarati owner, head of the family, will take his son through before he hand over the business. He has to go through the nitty-gritties of understanding different departments of the business. Internship is that the stepping stone. Thank you so much.
See, I'll give you an example. During the college, they told us how to draft a petition. They were standard drafts.
Yes,
They gave us a hypothetical situation, and during the exam, we were asked to like draft a petition basis these facts. Come to real world when you actually have to draft a petition, it's more than that. It is not those 20 minutes that you have in hand. You have to study a whole lot of bunch of papers, you have to research, you have to put together your thought, and your flow has to be coherent with what you actually need to plead. Some things have to be pleaded, some things cannot be pleaded, you know for a fact, but they cannot be pleaded.
yes,
But that you will not get through college learning. That you will only understand when you are actually working on a case.
Very true. Very true. So my last question for your professional journey will be: what are the key areas one should focus while entering corporate legal team?
The key areas to focus in a corporate legal team. Number one, know your law. ठीक है? You can be excused for not knowing how things work, but you will not be excused for not knowing the law.
Very true.
Number two, you have to be patient.
Very true.
Every day is not going to be your win, but that does not mean it's not going to be same every day.
Mhm.
Be patient, be, you know, persevere it through. And number three, discipline.
Very
An
true.
organization can tolerate everything but indiscipline.
Very true.
They have a reputation to maintain, they have things to deliver to their clients, and discipline is one thing that ensures that you form an integral part of that team.
Wow. Very well summarized. So, friends, that was a professional round. Now let's uh, understand how Asmit as a person is. So my first question, Asmit, let's go memory down the lane. Your childhood memories.
I have quite a lot of fond memories from my childhood. I grew up in Allahabad, and as a child, I had this expectation of being a little free, to be a little on my own. Right from the fourth standard, I started cycling down to my school. During summers, me and my friend used to cycle back from the school. On the way back, we used to stop and have some sugarcane juice in the hot summers.
Mhm.
That's one memory. Another memory are those school trips that used to happen. I mean, we weren't allowed to do much, but yes, it was kind of an outing in the early days.
Yes.
Then those summer vacations where you had to do a lot of homework, but you just didn't bother till the end of the vacation. And suddenly, 2 nights before everything was being done,
Mhm. Wow. So that is childhood memories. Now let's go. How do you keep touch with your friends which you have made from your school, college, and from the legal world?
it just happens. There is not going to be any straight answer for that because sometimes I'm busy, sometimes they are busy. It's not possible. The only thing is that whenever we meet, it's like we met yesterday. We bump into each other in courts. Sometimes they text, sometimes there's a call. It's all going.
Mhm. Any uh, your bucket list that you want to for your friends, for your family, for yourself, you want to do this year?
I actually want to, you know, have a planned trip to any place.
Mhm.
Till date, I have not traveled much, and that is on my bucket list this year.
So which place?
I'm still figuring out.
Okay. I we pray this year it happens. So your journey of travel starts in 2024 and continues every year. So your top bucket list will be travel every year to a different
Thank you
place.
so much.
So uh, now coming to my next question, what are your hobbies, interests, which you have developed over the years?
So I'm a pretty boring person that ways. I do not have much of hobbies or anything. Couple of things that I usually do on my time. Number one is cooking.
Hmm.
I love to cook. I love to eat, and I love to make people eat what I cook. So all three things go hand in hand.
So there is my turn.
Number two is music. I love music. I explore lot of music during the entire day. I mean, there is not a single hour when I'm not listening to something or the other. During travel, during working, if I'm drafting something, then also I'm listening to music. So that's a constant part. Number three is maybe sketching. I seldom sketch, but I do pencil shading of landscapes.
Wow. Three interesting. You say you don't have hobbies, you don't have any interest, but three. Oh, so let's start with each one. What are the food you like to? What are the different food dishes you like to make, and which gives excites you?
I can make around 10, 12 varieties of paneer,
Hmm?
all different from each other, different types of pulaus. I
Mhm.
can cook anything from North Indian to South Indian. I've even tried my hand at Chinese and Italian. Recently, I started trying baking.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm still trying. It's not good enough, but maybe one day.
Okay, that is cooking. Uh, let's come to music. So, which genre you like to listen and excites you?
So, right now, my playlist consists of around 482 songs, and they range from blues to rock, pop, metal, Sufi, old Hindi songs, Punjabi, everything.
Mix.
It's a mix. I
Mhm.
have patches within the playlist, and it depends on what kind of mood I am. So I select that particular patch.
Very true, very true. Yeah, music is soothing according to the mood that attracts you. So that's interesting. Okay. Which was the third? That was you
Sketching.
said sketching. So in sketching, in uh, you are- what inspires you for to take up any topic or any theme that you do for sketching, or it's random?
Nature. So I'm very fond of nature, and all my sketches pertain to different landscapes that I have seen during my travels over the years. It may be a small hut on a mountain, it may be a seashore. It's
Wow,
all pencil shadings.
that's very interesting. So I like to give you a suggestion. Please put it in your bucket list for organizing and a exhibition of your sketches.
Definitely, I will.
You should, sir. Okay. So, uh, what is a mantra for maintaining a healthy work-life balance?
When you leave office, you leave the work. If you take home the work with you, you are never actually going to have a proper balance.
Very true. Very true. So, Asmit, my last question will be: where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's a typical HR question, to be honest. And I never knew the answer to that. But 5 years down the lane, I hope to see myself more knowledgeable, better equipped, and better at decision making at least.
And so many things you have around you to better in those areas of cooking, sketching, and adding more varieties of different international music genres.
It's a
You
mix
have,
of everything.
yes,
To be a better person, then I'll say.
yes, yes. So, friends, we there are a lot of topics to be have conversation with Asmit. So we look forward to another round sometime in person. So now we come to the rapid fire round. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Okay. Uh, your favorite food dish?
Aloo
You like
paratha.
to have, huh? You like to have, not cooking.
Aloo paratha.
Aloo paratha. Okay. Morning
I've
person
been
or night owl?
having.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, no, you're saying something.
I was saying that aloo paratha is my staple breakfast since last 25 years.
Okay.
I have it daily.
Okay. So what are the you have it with dahi, achar. You must be adding those very what do you say? Ye, side dishes.
Mostly in the morning, I have it plain. But if it's a holiday, then definitely with some achar or dahi.
That's interesting. Okay. So in the parathas, that is aloo. But do you look for experimenting with the aloo parathas since
I
you want
have
to?
actually. I have prepared different kind of aloo masalas over the period involving
Mhm.
different ingredients. And actually, I have now two, three varieties that I make when I am looking for some comfort food.
Yes, because 33, more than 30 years having one type of dish need variety. And you have, with your cooking skills, you have innovated. That's impressive, impressive. So, Smith, morning person or night owl?
Both.
Oh, wow. So, your favorite movie?
My favorite movie would be, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies.
Okay, you don't. Okay. From your songs, which is your favorite songs?
It's Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day.
Okay. Very interesting, interesting. Okay. Uh, Your favorite, do you like fiction or non-fiction book?
Fiction.
Which one?
So one of the books that I read was Digital Fortress by Dan Brown. That one I liked. It had a lot of creativity and this modern cyber culture brought into it. It really fascinated me.
Wow, that's very interesting. So, Asmit, you added more variety to my rapid fire round. So, you get this book, which will be delivered.
Thank you.
So, friends, it was a lovely conversation, and he has lots more to offer. And he's saying my life is not exciting, but Asmit have an exciting life, which you need to you have a passion, but just need more to enjoy and bring forth, and you invite people to enjoy your cooking so many things. That is you a hidden gem as a person and as a legal professional. So, friends, do watch this episode when it is published on the Coffee Corner Show. Click on the bell icon, subscribe, and you will find lots of interesting conversations which we have with different subject experts over this 4 year journey. 100 plus episodes are there. So we'd like to thank our different partners, a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution, learning partner, and learning partner, legal practice intelligence. So, friends, want to be a guest speaker, correct? Visit our website, theemergingindiaforum.com, and fill in the form. We'd like to invite you, be a guest speaker. We host on Zoom, on live, in person, different formats, different special episodes. So, Smith, lovely conversation, and we keep having our
The pleasure
conversation.
is all mine.
Yes.